have to ask you, because politics does impact the way that companies invest. There has been, of course, a lot of waves or ripples caused by the United States, some of the sanctions, some of the bans that they have put on China and the access to the country. Now, I got to get your take on one of today's top news. That is Hong Kong and Macau. The rating outlook has been cut by Moody's, and this follows a similar move on China the previous day. How can Hong Kong stay relevant, and what is your response or reaction to this?
You know, Hong Kong is and will always be a hub. It's one of these global cities where you see crossroads coming here. So I think this is a cycle. This is maybe a temporary crisis, if we call it a crisis, but the fundamentals are good. I will give you an example of what happened in 2008 when the Lehman Brothers crisis happened in Dubai, another big city in the GCC, in the Gulf countries. The Time magazine cover was "Dubai is over." Dubai today is more energetic, more successful than ever. And it is the city where currently this week they host COP28. I just came back from Dubai. I can tell you it was so energetic, so many initiatives. And the UAE has just announced a $30 billion fund to support the financing of the energy transition. So it's by cycles, and we are living today in an unpredictable world where definitely what is bad today will be good tomorrow. So I'm quite optimistic on the fact that Hong Kong will always be Hong Kong and China will always be China. So there is no way you will suddenly go to a big depression in this part of the world where you cannot be anymore at the table of the discussions and the conversation. It's not going to happen.
We're seeing connections being made. For example, Hong Kong Exchanges now recognizes the Saudi Tadawul as a recognized stock exchange. There is a Saudi ETF that is now traded in the Hong Kong market exactly 1 week ago today. But there has been debates about whether China is uninvestable and the linkages that Hong Kong has with China. Does that say the same for Hong Kong as well? What is your take on that?
No, you have mentioned Saudi Arabia because indeed the FII Institute was born in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, which is, by the way, in total objectivity, the place to be now and to be probably for the next 10 years at least. Because the Vision 2030, which was the roadmap of His Royal Highness the Crown Prince, is putting the country in full transformations. It reminds me what China precisely was 20 plus years ago, but at the scale of a continent or country of 1.2 billion people. What is happening in Saudi Arabia now is almost at the scale of 35 million people only, but the projects are gigantic. We call that giga project. And definitely China is becoming a strong partner of this part of the world, the Middle East and the GCC. And Hong Kong is also an amazing gate for this investment and reciprocity on investment. You have mentioned that, yes, we have a huge delegation of Saudi entrepreneurs, Saudi leaders, and His Excellency Yasser Rumayyan, the governor of the Sovereign Wealth Fund, who is also the chairman of Aramco, is here. And he's not here just by curiosity. Definitely they are here because there are strong relationships, a huge project on co-investment, and not only in China, also how maybe China and Saudi Arabia investors can go together in other places, because the world is so interconnected, and we see the mega trends now in Africa, mega trends in Europe. So we need to look at the global world, and this is what our global conversations are showing today. In all sectors, food security, technology, entertainment, sport, investment are going worldwide, and China definitely will be part of this investment.